She said that I want to purchase that your laptop with 35,000 amount. So they made agreement through the mail and said that okay, you have to send your laptop through courier. This is for one of my friends in South Africa. So this is the address. He gave the South African address, and this guy sent this laptop to the shipping address. And she said that your money was already deposited in the Citibank account. So he got a mail from Citibank that the 35,000 amount is already deposited in your name. But as per our policy, we will not release this money unless you send this your what is called laptop and send the scan copy of this courier bill. He thought that it is correct. He sent the laptop and sent the courier bill to the banking address. Then immediately he got another mail from this same lady, said that I want 2 mobile phones again. So you purchase 2 mobile phones and send it to me. Then also he said that I don't have the money. You send the money. She said that I already deposited that money also in your account in Citibank. Again he got an email from the Citibank saying that this lady again deposited another 60,000 rupees in your name. If you are not sending the second item, we will not release the whole money. So he sent again this 2 mobile phone. But finally he knows that this is cheating. The case is registered. But he lost this money through Yahoo chat. Everybody knows about chatting. So he made acquainted with a lady in Trivandrum in Kerala. And they are sending a lot of mails and chatting through this text chat. And later on they started voice chat also. So after 1 month, he said that okay, we have to meet at any place. Then this lady said that okay, I will come to Mumbai. Then he said okay, you come. And then this lady said that for the train ticket I need some money. So before she is asking this money, she said that I am coming, but I am sending my photo. One of my friend also in Mumbai. She will be in the railway station. So both of us are coming to your area. So both the photos she sent through mail. This is a lady said this is her photo, and she said that another photo, this is her front photo. So after seeing this both photo, this guy immediately gave his credit card number for the ticket charge. So lady said that okay, I will book the ticket tomorrow. But tomorrow what happened? Next day his 75,000 was credited from his account. Then he take the telephone and calling this lady. There is no lady was there. Tried to contact through email. Nobody was there. Then he approached our police. Then first he approached the Mumbai police. Then he approached Kerala police, and we traced that mail and found out that this is an internet cafe near to Tambanur, and actual lady was this. This is the guy. He is sending this mail using a voice converter. He is having a voice converter installed in his computer and using voice chat in a lady's voice. So he was arrested. That guy's 75,000 is retrieved, but not as money, as 2 laptops. He already purchased 2 laptops. So this is the online friendship and online your affairs. You thought that this is a lady, so you are sending money or you are sending your photos and everything. Once they will get the information, you will be cheated. So it is very important for you. Don't send your personal information to an unknown friend. Don't send your photos. Don't upload your photos in a website. Especially for the ladies, you just use a nickname, not in your original name. You can create profile, use a nickname, not use your identity, not give your mobile number, not give your school or college's name. Sometimes we are searching through the internet, we are finding that a lot of persons, including ladies, are sending scrap messages. Hi, this is my new mobile number. You know that everybody in the scrap, everybody can view this scrap if it is not protected. So everybody is seeing that your number is there. We are investigating some of these cases also. We are finding out the person also using this Orkuts. We will collect information through Orkut. We are getting lot of information. Use your photo, phone number, personal details, father's details, mother's details, college, Your communities, very easily we can identify you are belong to which community, in which college you are studying. So sending information through online is a difficult task. If your photos is uploaded, I show just some, only very few examples. But there are a lot of cases. Recently, one of this, I already started with that engineer case. There is a very interesting case. It is called Cardi. Credit card information. There is a website called ghostmarket.net. It was already banned by FBI and the Metropolitan Police UK. That website was manned by one 16-year-old boy from UK. It was a forum for the hackers. So everybody joined in this forum, all including this engineer guy. What they are doing, they are selling stolen credit card numbers, not stolen, but it is taken from hacked information, credit card numbers. If you want a US credit card number, it is called US CVV. With the credit card number with the CVV and expiry date, you have to pay only $2. If you get a US full, means a very full card with the social security number with the communication address, it is called, it is about $5 to $10. So you can purchase it, you can resell it, you can use it. This guy was taken some this credit card, stolen credit card information through this website, and he started purchasing, online purchasing. He bought 2 laptops, 3 mobile phones, 1 iPod, lot of CDs, lot of online booking, everything. Last one of this shop owners, tech shop, they made a complaint that it is one of the bank informed that it is a stolen card. So these tech shop owners, they informed us. So we made a trap, and we asked them to send a bogus packet, not a laptop. So the final packet, they said that it's a bogus one. So that time they informed us, and we catch this guy because only the address was correct. He is using what is called the SOC IP address, his spoofed IP address, everything. Once he was using US and German credit cards, and in that information, so not only credit cards, bank login pages are available. If your online bank login information, including your user ID, password, everything, is available for $50 for the personal individual account and $100 or $150 for company's account. How they are taking? They are taking these things from the database of this online website, online shopping site, and they are injecting some SQL injection and collecting the administration password and collect all this data and selling it. So what they are doing, taking the Indian credit card numbers and selling in the outside countries, and outside countries numbers are taken and selling to India. So normally the customer is complaining in the concerned area. So it is difficult to start from an investigation from India and to trace the person in America. So also the same thing is happened in other cases also. So that type of information, he is using this type of, his brain is for negative technology, so not for positive side. But anyway, this type of crimes are happening. So online information, it is a public. If your private documents, if you are publishing through the internet, it will become immediately as a public. You thought that it is a secured one, secured site. Even if it is your, anybody can hack it and take it. So secure your password also. Now, most of this guy or the cases will happen. Everybody is coming for a hacking of email ID. What they are saying that my email ID is hacked. There are first we have question. What is your password? Our password is ABCD or 1234 or my name or my mobile number or my vehicle number or my father's number, the maiden name or my nickname, like that. Everybody is using this type of this. There is a person is having a technology that is called password guessing. By just having a social engineering technique, I just speak about 5 minutes to you. I will gather all the information about you. Then I go to your email ID. I will trial and error. What is your password? It is easy. So never use like that. If you are using some dictionary words, there are dictionary attacks. So if you are using any words in the dictionary, there is a software, just install, your password will be broken. So use alphanumeric and special character passwords. Alphanumeric ABCD 1 2 3 and star hash like alphanumeric star hash like all this. You have to secure passwords and change your password routinely. Even if you are a NetBank user, it is advised to change a password in every week itself. So that's the advice. Some other points some what you all have to do, tips and techniques that will later, I think Father Sir will give in the last time, and before that our Shyam Sir will start the legal session. Any question you have? Just okay, fine. Just.
His name is Shyam and he is a practicing lawyer in Calicut and Cochin. He is one of the trainer in cyber law. He has been going to cyber law college Bangalore, and he teaches in Bangalore, Delhi, and we also take his help in disseminating cyber law. I think you can have an interactive session with Shyam.
Thank you, Mr. Brethren. Fully conscious of the fact that I am standing between you and the lunch, I'll make my presentation short, but speaking low, that too in a very good afternoon, after having 2 sessions, bombardment of information regarding technical aspects, I'm sure I got a appeal. I'll confine my presentation to few areas. Provided the supply comes, I'll go on to the PowerPoint presentation so that some multimedia things will keep you away from sleep. Otherwise, my monologue may not. How many of you have mobile phones? It's a silly question, I know that. But still, with capacity to take photographs, that's camera. And how many of you are in the habit of sending photographs? I mean, sharing photographs taken or either through email, not necessarily through what you call mobile phones. Okay, fine. If I have to ask you one simple question, my friend knows that I got certain weaknesses or problems. He sends me a very good photograph of something which I would always like to have. Fine. I done nothing with the photograph. The photograph just was forwarded to me, and under the impression that I should not be keeping something so great and something that is so what you call admirable for myself, I press the send button and it sent across to a couple of my friends. Okay. Have I committed any offense? What? I done nothing. I am sitting in my cozy room. I am not a classical, I mean, the police would say, earlier description of a robber was what? Or a thief? I hope all of you can understand Malayalam as well. That is a person who applies oil on his entire body, wears some sort of underwear and a, what you call, mask. That was a classic description of a, what you call, thief or a robber, which we usually come across even in cartoons, in movies and everywhere. Now, you cannot identify a terrorist, you cannot identify a thief, you cannot distinguish between a thief, terrorist, or if we may call ourselves gentleman, a gentleman. Because the person sitting next to you with a laptop, meddling with that, might be planning to sabotage the entire security system of a country. You may not be knowing that. So the classical approach, the classical modus operandi principle usually adopted by the